We're in Barcelona for the global launch of the Autumn-Winter Essential Looks collection. The show last night was absolutely amazing. We had 64 models, 3,500 people and 12 local heroes. And it was absolutely electric, the atmosphere.
So we're in Barcelona and we are at the launch of the new Essential Looks collection, Catwalk to Salon. The collection itself has 4 key trends. First of all, it's eccentric heritage, which is basically traditional styling with a twist to it. That classic feel, but with a modern edge. Slightly quirky. I kind of think when we look at labels like Burberry, you know, there's a certain heritage there, but it's a completely modern take on that.
There's a lot of long hair and there are fringes. It's all about the fringe with this trend, which determines the colour technique. So with the catwalk version, we've got these really very strong, very short fringes. I wanted to celebrate the sort of world of browns, to use all different tones of browns, but contrast it up. Big panels of colour, but then to get this real focus of a fringe and a sort of framing of the face, I've done like a very light panel on sort of 2/3 of the fringe and then a really strong light panel that kind of comes forward. I'm really inspired by the Prada shows. I mean, you saw that and all the girls on the Prada show, these kind of big wefts of blonde.
'60s twist, which is kind of inspired by the muses of the '60s like Edie Sedgwick, Mia Farrow. A lot of simple silhouettes, very rounded form, a lot of blondes.
So we decided to keep the whole of that trend, blonde, and kind of celebrate the whole Blonde Me range of colours from Schwarzkopf. Apricots with palest vanilla tops and then kind of sandy colours in between.
Our third trend being Oriental Express, which is basically a fusion of cultures. What we're doing is we're working with fusion of techniques, cutting techniques and colouring techniques. So we're working with very architectural lines, very strong, kind of sharp edges, and then we're kind of working with contrast of texture.
Oriental Express, it's really the most colourful of all the trends, all about creating kind of a multi-tonal effect. So you've got sort of really deep cherry reds, hot pinks, sort of violent purples, and then just a little flash of copper thrown in there as well. An incredible shine. All the Agora Royal brand, all used throughout the whole of that trend. Seriously, seriously shiny, lots and lots of colour.
And then we finish off with Neo Couture, which by far has got to be the strongest looks from the catwalks. Androgyny, it's futurism, it's a new wave for hairdressing and fashion. A lot of black, black on black, kind of slightly punkish, but with that edge. And got a slight darkness to it, but it's always very, very expensive.
Very dark, sort of navy blues with dark denim blues. And we have a beautiful colour that's like a kind of grey brown with an inky black. It's really stunning.
The Essential Looks World Tour has really escalated over the last few seasons in the sense that we wanted to be more inclusive. And what I mean by that is we wanted to celebrate the local heroes. So many people come to the show that have responsibility to roll out Essential Looks in their own countries. And therefore it made sense that we celebrated them on the platform.
You know, the vibe that we got from the audience and the sort of staging and everything else really sort of sets you up and gets you going, ready to spend all day working, because you know that at the end you're going to be on stage in front of 3,500 people. It's great to see other peers on stage alongside you and also being backstage with them. You know, you're always learning. So I can take a little bit of Italy, a little bit of Germany, a little bit of Barcelona, put it all together and come up with a new concept. So, you know, I've really enjoyed my trip here.